My name is Nicola Smart. I am a sales process and performance improvement manager, and I work for BSI, mainly based in Milton Keynes, and help the Milton Keynes office, but supporting all our field sales teams, etc., around the country. The things I like most about being a digital champion is getting to learn things first, and being able to then have that knowledge to be able to then take away and kind of absorb before kind of giving that information out to others, and trying to help other people. Some of the other things, though, I am a little bit nerdy, so I do like to know lots of things, and I'm also quite competitive. So the fact that there's a leaderboard is quite a good thing for me. The fact as well that you can do it in your own time. So I have fallen behind in some of my learning, and I do know that I'm quite far down the leaderboard at the moment, but there's still time to catch up. So it's one of those things that it doesn't matter that you're falling behind sometimes, because that suddenly if you've got a bit of spare time you can catch up as and when. It's not like make or break. If you miss one session you can always go back and catch up. Using Microsoft 365 has really helped actually using doing most of my work. I was using Teams before but didn't really know much about how to use Teams, so actually learning a lot around the different tools, the different way it links up. I've learned a lot about OneDrive that I didn't know before. I was a bit scared about OneDrive before, and things like that. So OneNote as well, I used to use some of it, but now I know all some of the new tools, and I've kind of really got to grips with it. And actually it's just really helped me organize and refocus like the job that I'm doing, especially things like Planner. Actually all the tools that we've been learning about within the sessions have just really helped me kind of really get to grips with the organisation of my role and being able to be more productive with my time. As a digital champion, supporting my colleagues is kind of in a few different ways. So when the sales team are kind of phoning in asking me for different things anyway, they'll be struggling with different templates. It could be in like Word or Excel and things like that. So even some of those areas of Microsoft, for example, I can then kind of lend a hand and kind of say, oh, there's this, and did you know also you can do this? And even like some of the shortcuts in Teams, being able to kind of show them and go, actually, if you're struggling to do this, they say, oh, I can't find a file, and I'm like, oh, have you tried this shortcut? And yeah, and things like that, and they're kind of saying, oh, I think I've lost this file, can you help me? Being able to just kind of show them some of the shortcuts that I've learned within Teams, and some of the other programs, etc., has just been really good. And actually one of the best ones was in a meeting recently, and they were really struggling. One of my team members were really struggling to do a presentation. They were like, oh, I've only got one screen and I can't see you while I've got my PowerPoint up. And I was like, oh, no, you can, because we've got this feature where it's got PowerPoint Live, so you can actually still see people and do stuff, and then you can highlight it and demonstrate it to everyone in the team meeting. And everyone was just like, wow, I didn't know that. So actually that was kind of really good that it taught like the whole team at once, in effect, but like no one else kind of knew. And I was just like, yeah, I did wonder what it was on that little drop down panel. And then all of a sudden when we were taught it, I was like, oh, that's what it was. And I was like, I kind of learned that actually I perhaps shouldn't be scared to click on things quite so much when I see them, because actually they're probably just new tools. So but yeah, kind of giving the team that kind of information as we go along, etc., has just been really good. So my favorite Microsoft 365 app, I mean, I spend all day in Teams, so it probably has to be Teams, because you can do pretty much everything from there and get into every app from there. I have started, since doing the program though, I have started logging into office.com more sometimes to be able to kind of get into the different apps that way online, and finding different functionalities that way, and being able to use SharePoint like online instead. So I have found that as well. So that's been, do I have a favourite one though? No, I think it's got to be Teams, because you can do quite a lot from Teams. Although OneNote, no, it's Teams, definitely Teams. Oh, I love working with 365 Tribe, everyone, all the kind of guys and girls doing the presentations and stuff are great. The amount that you learn just from some of their snippets of knowledge is fantastic. But more importantly, it's the community of experts that you've got. It's it's so well organised. Everything's so well organised and set up in advance. I'm in awe of the organisation, let alone anything else, and the way it's all been set up so we can kind of all join in and all be part of it. But we've all got kind of an Ask the Expert. So when I had a query about something, I popped on and actually, you know, someone came back to me straight away, and it was just like, I just love the community that we've got, you know, within BSI now, let alone outside, and that we've got, yeah, all that learning available, and the fact that it's just, yeah, such a great way of learning. Basically, I didn't realise that this was available, and actually it's just fantastic, and it has brought a lot to me to be able to then bring to my role, which is fab. So